Answering another great question that I got the other day of, do you need a workout routine? Because there are some out there who say you have to have a routine. You have to have things down on paper, spelled out to the letter that you do consistently. But on the other hand, we've got folks making the argument of not only do you not need a routine, you don't want a routine to keep your training fresh, feeling alive, and keep it from getting dull and redundant. And there's pros and cons to both of these arguments. On one hand, we've got you need a strong routine in order to be consistent with your training. Because as I explain in my book, you have to have some manner of consistency in your training upon which is the foundation you build all your success. So it definitely lends to that. But at the other side of the coin, over here, you're not the same person twice. Your situation for every workout you do is a little different. Your energy level is different. Your equipment resources may be a little bit different. What you even feel like doing may be different. So if you have a routine that says you do 2 hard sets of push-ups, but for whatever reason that day you're feeling like maybe you're better off with 4 or 5, but you're saying, no, you can't do that. You have to follow the routine. You could be shortchanging yourself. On the other hand, you could have a routine that says you have to run 5 miles, but your legs are killing you from a workout you did the other day, so you scale it back to 1 mile, but you force yourself to overdo it because that's what the routine says. So how do we break free of these things? Well, the important thing is to recognize that both of these things are opposite ends along the same spectrum. Having a very super strict routine where everything's filled out to the letter is simply a way of looking at your physical activity being very highly structured. And then over here, we have not really having much of a routine and just kind of playing things by ear. That's having physical activity with very little structure. So all we're doing is we're adjusting the amount of structure in your physical activity. And this is something that you can adjust along a slide. It's kind of like those adjustments on soundboards and recording studios. You don't need the bass on mic 2 all the way up or all the way down. You don't have to have all the structure in the world or no structure at all. Adjust to what is best for you. If you're starting out in your training, or if you're really trying to pursue a singular goal, like being able to do pistol squats, you may be better off with a little bit more with more structure to make sure you build up some momentum and build some good habits. But as you get more advanced in your training, you're more in touch with what your body and mind needs, and you feel like you should adjust things on a case-by-case basis. You can go a little bit more in this direction, have a little bit less structure, and kind of play things by ear. So it's not one or the other that you have to have, but just adjusting the amount of structure in your training that is best for you. Let me know if you have questions down below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Till then, be fit, live free.